Hello friends, this is Dinabandhukar. I welcome all of you to English class 11. Today we are going to discuss about one of the beautiful poems from your book Hornbill that is written by the poet Ted Hughes. Before proceeding to the poem, let's know about the poet here. Ted Hughes is the poet of this poem, The Laburnum Top. He is one of the modern English poets. He is also the translator and children's writer. Critics frequently rank him as one of the best poets of his generation and one of the 20th century's greatest writers. Hughes won many of Europeans' highest literary honors and was appointed Poet Laureate of England in 1984 until his death in 1998. His way of writing is to use top vocabulary and put words together in an unusual combination. His notable works are as follow: Birthday Letters, Crow, The Hawk in the Rain. Now, let's discuss about the title of the poem. You must be thinking about the title of the poem, that where this title not other one, because the title is given, maybe the title is given by the poet because the whole thing revolves around the tree and its top. That means because the entire scenario revolves around the laburnum tree and all the activities have happened on the top of the tree. That's why the poet may be thinking about that, and he just gave the title of the poem The Laburnum Tree. Now, let's discuss the central idea of the poem. In this poem, the poet has used the laburnum tree and goldfinches as a symbol of life and its fluctuation. Here, the poet describes how the visit of a goldfinch changes the laburnum tree. There are two main characters in this poem. One is the laburnum tree, and second one is the goldfinch bird. So, what is laburnum? Laburnum is a short tree with hanging branches, yellow flowers, and poisonous seeds. In Hindi, it is also known as amaltas, and it is also called golden sour tree and golden chain tree. And its yellow flower is called golden sour flower, and it is the state flower of Kerala in India, and it is called Kanikona in Kerala. Another character of the poem, that is the goldfinch bird, a small singing bird with yellow feathers on its wing. Now let's start the poem, The Laburnum Top, written by Ted Hughes. The laburnum top is silent, quiet, still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. So, here the poet, in the very first stanza, the poet wants to convey that in a beautiful sunny autumn day, he saw a laburnum tree which was silent and still death like, having yellow leaves and yellow flowers in the month of September. Its leaves have turned yellow because of autumn season, and all its seeds have fallen down. And it was just looking like lifeless, yellow color is very prominent in this whole poem as often it is used by the poet in this poem. Like here the tree is yellow, its leaves are yellow, flowers are also yellow, the bark is yellow, at the same time the sunshine also looking yellow. Now let's move to the second stanza of the poem. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then sleek as a lizard, and alert and abrupt. Now, in these three lines, the poet is saying that the lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird. She came to feed her younger ones who are on the thickness of the branch. The tree is her shelter. She arrives at the end of the branch with the chirping sound. She further moves to the other side of the branch with rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. So here the difficult words used in these three lines are the twitching, that means twitching a sudden jerk movement, cheer of a high pitched sound of a bird, then startlement, feeling or showing sudden shock or a amazement, then abrupt, a rapid movement. In further lines, what he says, let's see. She enters the thickness, and a machine starts up, of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. In these three lines, the difficult words used are chitterings, sound made by baby birds, tremor, shaking, trillings to produce a chirping sound, trembles to shake, thrills a sudden feeling of excitement. Here in these three lines, the poet wants to tell that as soon as she arrives, her younger ones start chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. The death-like tree becomes alive and it trembles and shakes. Now proceed to the next lines. It is the engine of our family. She stokes it full, then flits out to a branch end, showing her bare face identity mask. Let us see what are the difficult words used by the poet in these three lines. Stokes, that is to add fuel to engine, or we can say that is feeding, or bad, that means steeped, or mark with bonds of color, or we can say in the simple, that is mark on the face of that bird. In these three lines, the poet is saying that after feeding her chicks, she flies to the other side of the branch. Her dark colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as she vanished or went behind the yellow leaves. But now her bared face is visible, which serves its identity. It looks like a mask which is known as its hallmark. Now let us go to the third stanza of the poem, that is the last stanza of the poem. Then with eerie, delicate whistle chirrup, whisperings, she launches away towards the infinity, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Here, let's see what are the difficult words used in this last stanza. Eerie, that is strange. Delicate, that means pleasant. Whistle chirrup, gentle whisper. Whisperings means speak in low voice. Launches, launches means flies off. Infinite, that means the sky here. And subside, that means a previous situation where she was there. So we can say return back to the place where it was earlier. So in this stanza, now Goldfinch makes a mysterious whistle sound as if it is an indication to her young babies that she is now going away and they should not make more noise of their chirpings and trillings. She does this slowly like a whisper. She now flies away to an unknown place to find some more food to her babies before they get hungry again. Being flown away from the tree, Lebanon top once again becomes silent and still as it was before. Now, let us see what are the poetic devices used in this poem. First of all, no rhyme scheme used in this poem. It is written in free verse in the first stanza and in the first line of this poem. Consonant sounds is prominently used. That is, what is consonance? Consonance is a very prominent consonant sound in the same line. That is, you can see here S sound is frequently used in the first line, that is, silent, and still. Also, T sound is also frequently used in the so many words like tough, silent, quiet, and still. Also, in the first line, you can see the use of assonance. What is assonance? Assonance is prominent vowel sound in the same line. So, what are the words used? Let's see. I is prominently used in the first line and in different words. That is, in is, I is used. In silent, I is used, and in quiet and in still, I is used. So the vowel sound is used, that's why it is called assonance. And in the second line, alliteration is used. Alliteration means repetition of consonant sound at the start of two or more consecutive words. That is, you can see here September or sunlight. Here in September, S is used at the start of the word and S sound is used in the word sunlight at the start of the word sunlight. Again, you can see enjambment also used. What is enjambment? Enjambment is the same sentence continues to the next sentence without any punctuation mark at the end of first line. So you can see here in the first line continues to the next line. So there is no punctuation mark at the first line. So that is called enjambment. Next, go to the second stanza. In the second stanza also, alliteration is used like sudden and startlement. Then that is in the second line, but in the first line, enjambment is also used. There is no punctuation mark at the end of the first line, and assonance also used. Assonance the sound vowel sound I is frequently used in the first line. You can see that goldfinch, here I is used, with I is used, twitching I is used, and in the word chirrup I is also used. That's why the assonance is I here. And in the second line, alliteration use here, suddenness and startlement. You can see in these two words, S sounds is prominently used. That is, suddenness starts with S, and startlement, that is here also the word starts with S sound. In the third line, simile is used here. Simile, that means direct comparison of two things using like or as. Just see the line. Then sleek as a lizard. Here, as is used to compare the quality of lizard. So, and again, in the same line, assonance also used. A is frequently used. Sound, that is, A sound is very prominent in this line, and as A, here in the word as, A is used. Here in the third line, A is prominently used. You can see as that starts with A, then in the word lizard, and in the word ant, alert, and abrupt. Here A is prominently used. So this is called assonance. Next, move to the fourth line. Here alliteration is used. Here you can see the thickness in both the words. The start with T sound, and in the word thickness, the T sound is there. Then again, metaphor is used here. What is metaphor? Metaphor is an indirect comparison between two qualities of things. Just like you can see here in this line, a machine starts up. Let's move to the next line, the fifth line, and what are the devices used here. Again, assonance is used here in the fifth line. You can see here I is frequently used, that is chattering, wings, trillings. In these three words, I is frequently used, and consonants also used, like the in the words like chittering, tremor, and trillings. Tree is frequently used. So this is consonants. In the sixth line, again alliteration is used. Here T sound is prominent in the word tree and trembles. And let's go to the seventh line, that is metaphor is used here. Engine, that means the goldfinch bird is called the engine of the family, or you can say the goldfinch mother bird, you can say that is the engine of the family. Because of that, the whole machine starts. So again, assonance also used here. I sound is frequently used in the word it, is, engine, family. In these four words, you can just see that I sound is frequently used. And next, move to the last line. In the 8th and 9th lines, you can see the enjambment is used here. That means without punctuation mark, the same line is moved to the another one, or to the next one. Okay, now before ending this session, I will provide the summary and few question and answer in clips. So with this, we come to an end of this session, and see you in the next session. Thank you all for watching.